Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about sequence of events. This is a way that a piece of reading or a piece of writing can be structured or organized, okay? Sequence of events, you might have heard of it called chronological order or order in sequencing. We are just going to take a look at what this text structure is today. So the sequence of events is just when an author writes about an event or a procedure and it's in the order that it happened or it should happen. So first this happens, next that happens. If you were writing a story about your life, you would start out with the day that you were born and you would work your way up through your life until where you are now. You would go in order. You would put it in a sequence or in chronological order. We're going to be looking for some keywords to see if it's sequence of events or chronological order structure. Those keywords are going to be first, next, then, finally, before, after, second, third, meanwhile, anything like that gives you clues that something is in order. The graphic organizer that we are going to use with this text structure is, it will look something like this, where there's a box and an arrow. So first one thing happens, then the next thing happens, then the next thing happens. It kind of looks like a timeline for my social studies people. We're going to go ahead and practice this with this piece of writing. We have an order and sequence writing here that I'm going to read to you, and then we will practice putting these events in order, okay? So after begging my parents to get a dog for weeks, my dad woke me up early one Saturday morning. He wouldn't tell me where we were going as he drove over 30 minutes into the country. Finally, he asked, "What color lab puppy did you say you wanted?" Shocked and thrilled, I chose a black lab puppy and named him Buck. Then we went to the pet store and I picked out a collar, leash, and some puppy food. When we got home, I played with Buck for hours. In this text, you might recognize some of those clue words that we have. I see after, finally, then, next, okay? Those should signify to you that this is an order and sequence piece of writing. Let's go ahead and practice putting it on a graphic organizer. Again, your order and sequence graphic organizer is going to look something like this with boxes and arrows kind of pointing to the next event. Because remember, one thing happens, then the next thing happens, then the next thing happens. We're going to go ahead and practice it on here. Give me 1 second. So what we are going to do is I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom in just a little. We are going to look at these separate events and put them in order. So I begged my parents to get a dog. Did that happen at the beginning of the text, the middle of the text, or the end of the text? I know that was the first thing that was said, so I'm going to move it right here. All right, then we went to the pet store for supplies. Oh, I kind of remember that happening near the end, so I'm going to put it over here in number 6. I can move it later if I want to. I picked out a puppy and named him Buck. Ooh, I remember that happening in the middle. So let's put it up here at number 3. So this is what we have now. I have 3 other events on the other side. So I have my dad woke me up early and we began driving to a secret location. Did that happen before or after I begged my parents to get a dog? It happened after. So I'm going to scroll that right to here. Or sorry, drag that, not scroll. We arrived somewhere and my dad asked me what kind of puppy I wanted. Ooh, did that happen before or after I picked out a puppy? That happened before. So I'm actually going to take this one and move it down here. I'll move this one right here. I think we're still in order. And I have one more. We took him home and played with him for hours. Okay, well, does that fit here? Let me move it here just to see. Oh, wait, no. I know that we went to the pet store before we took him home. So I'm going to switch those out. And now I put that story in the order that it happened. So I begged my parents to get a dog. My dad woke me up early and we began driving to the secret location. We arrived somewhere and my dad asked me what kind of puppy I wanted. I picked out a puppy and named him Buck. We went to the pet store for supplies. We took him home and played with him for hours. You can see that I put these events in the order that they happened, and that is order and sequence.